I want to talk about Threads. What is it? Is it worth adding to your daily routine, and where's it heading? First things first, we got to talk about what Threads is. To me, Threads looks to be somewhat of a Twitter clone. Now, it's not being branded as a Twitter clone, but they have stated that their goal for Threads is to create a less angry place and not to replace Twitter. So essentially what we're looking at is a nicer Twitter, a nicer microblogging app with a little bit more censoring, more advertiser friendly, and it's got less algorithm. While I was doing my researching, I realized it kind of looks like it's an expansion on Instagram Notes, which I didn't know was a thing until I actually started my research. Quick rundown on that one.
Instagram Notes is where you can have short status updates up to 60 characters that appear above your profile on messages for 24 hours like an Instagram story. It was released in December 2022, last year.
So that's where I feel like it started, but instead of being a short status update above your profile on messages, it's now a completely separate app, and you can include a direct link from your Instagram profile to your Threads account. Now, some quick info on Threads. It was officially released on July 5th in over 100 different countries after starting development in January of this year, 2023. And within only 5 days, it hit the 100 million downloads milestone. And this is insane because the next fastest to reach that milestone was ChatGPT, and it took them about 2 months, followed by TikTok at 9 months, China's WeChat at about 1 year, 2 months, and then followed by Instagram at about 2.5 years. Now, if we want to compare it to the competitor here, Twitter, it took Twitter about 5.5 years, almost, to reach that 100 million downloads milestone, which means that Threads got there 400 times faster than what Twitter did. But we've got to pose the question of, did Instagram cheat to get to this 100 million so fast? I mean, maybe we can't really say yes they did or no they didn't, because yeah, they immediately marketed it straight to their 500 million daily users on Instagram or their 1 billion monthly users on Instagram. But there also was a lot of hype around the Threads app anyways. So I can't say. And the Threads release was somewhat highly anticipated anyways after Elon Musk bought Twitter and made it into a free speech platform. Which is good. We love free speech. It immediately saw a 20 to 30% decline in usage, which then opened up the space for Threads to come jump in. And if we look at the numbers here, that 20 to 30% decrease in Twitter daily users is 140 million users. Now, there's going to be shared users between Threads and Twitter, but the numbers are adding up of about 100 million this way and 100 million this way. So looking at all this initial information that we have from Threads and when it was released and how many downloads it's getting, where's it heading now? There's still a lot of work to do on the app. It doesn't seem finished. The app doesn't seem finished at all. There's still a lot to work on, like the algorithm, how it shows you things. But what we do know that Threads has going for them is that it's owned by Meta. And Meta has roughly 3 billion users worldwide over all their platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Threads, their other shit. And they're the biggest platform in the world, bigger than YouTube, WeChat, as mentioned before. So they've got a crazy amount of influence, and they can dump time and money. We know they've got a lot of money into making Threads a good app. But after that good, there's also some bad on their initial success. So yes, they were the fastest to reach 100 million downloads, but as of the 16th, 2 days ago of recording this, or 5 or 6 days from when this gets uploaded, they're already dropping in users. They're down 20% to about 80 million daily users, and the daily active usage time is down from 20 minutes to 10 minutes per day, so down 50%. And not only that, but Twitter is also threatening suit on them as they have serious concerns that Meta has engaged in systematic, willful, and unlawful misappropriation of Twitter's trade secrets. Basically, what they're saying here is they're biting Twitter's shit, which if we look at it, they kind of are. I mean, they're being branded as somewhat of a friendlier Twitter, and it looks somewhat like Twitter. It's the same microblogging aspect. There's also another couple issues on Threads, like their lack of algorithm. You can't find a new account without actually having to search for that account. You can't have anyone find you without them actually having to search for you. You've got no reach or anything, which makes it really difficult in this situation. But I don't think that any of this is going to be the downfall of Threads. What I think is going to happen is they might have to change direction, depending on how the potential suit goes. Or if they don't, they're just going to massively improve and improve and improve and be a 100 times better app in the near future. Now, there's massive upside to this as well. We get to possibly see Mark and Elon go at it in a UFC style cage fight. Now, we already know Mark is training. Don't know about Elon. I haven't seen anything about that. But who doesn't want to see two of the richest people in the world go at it? And I think we should put something on the line. Winner takes Threads. Mark, if you win, you keep Threads. Elon, if you win, Mark has to take away Threads. I think that's a good deal. And having Threads being owned by the same company that owns Instagram is also a good thing because it's made the integration for creators a lot easier. They can directly link their threads on their Instagram and have their followers funnel through there and see more of what they post rather than having them to go to Twitter owned by someone else, which is completely different and doesn't feel as streamlined to get from one to the other. But after throwing all of this information at you, what we really want to know is it really worth adding to your daily routine? And I've got a bit of a cop-out answer for you here, and that's just, it's up to you. It's not up to me to tell you to download Threads. It's not up to you to tell someone else to download Threads. It's up to you. It's, can you really justify spending an extra 10, 20, 30 minutes a day on yet another social media app when we already have Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Reddit, Twitter, all these other apps? Can we really justify spending that time? Now, look, if you do want to spend that time, that's completely fine. But personally, to me, I don't use Threads. I've already got Twitter. I've already got Instagram. There's a lot already to keep up with, but I'm not saying I'll never use Threads. There's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of issues, I know, but there's also a lot of potential. So we'll have to see what happens, and maybe I'll go there in the future. Now, I'm not saying Threads is good or it's bad. All it's about right now is if it's going to provide you as a user or a creator any value or not. And that's really all I have to say here. Peace.